3 years. It really has been 3 years since I started doing this goddamn YouTube thing, isn't it? Well, I guess the bad news is I ain't stopping anytime soon, so I guess you're gonna have to put up with me a bit more, aren't you? What up? It's me. Every now and then I like to check in, just so you know, as I keep saying, just to make sure, remind you, I'm not a disembodied voice. Although, to be fair, I've been posting more stream VODs with the face cam, so I guess that fact is, you're just gonna wander into frame like that. Okay, that's cool. I've tried to record this vlog once and she wouldn't get out of the window, so I had to restart it, but now she's fine, I guess, so no distractions. But yes, as I was saying, stream VODs, they're a thing. I guess they go over well. They get decent views. The last ones I put up were the 51 classic game, not the 51 classics. 51 worldwide something or other clubhouse games. I don't remember what that game's called. I put that one up, and I also put up the Helltake of it one, and both seem to have gone over well, so that's a good sign. So I will be probably posting more of them, more one-off ones, or in the case of like the Kingdom Hearts 3 ones, which I'm pretty sure went over well, really well, given the fact that Kingdom Hearts is where I made my name. Made my name 3 years ago, starting Kingdom Hearts 1, and I hesitate to go back to 1 because even when I played it back then, from memory, I thought the controls were a bit stiff and clunky. And then I'd played more Kingdom Hearts games since then, so it's probably not going to feel nearly as good, but hey-ho, we might. I've still got some optional bosses to fight in that game. Speaking of, I have attempted some of 3's. I haven't beaten any of them, but I have attempted them, so don't worry. The 13 will come, eventually, once I actually beat them. It's going to take a long-ass time, though, is the issue. Anyway, as I was saying about streaming, there's a couple things I want to talk about with that, but as I do with these anniversary things, I just want to reflect on LPs past and what happened and the times I've had. And I actually went and made a list so I don't have to keep flicking through my fucking YouTube pages because, again, somehow I screwed up a back and forward arrow when I was doing this, so got lost in the list. So, from what I've got on the page in front of me, I say page, it's an A5 card with like 7 words on it. Yes, I can sum up all of my past LPs with 7 words. Mostly because some of them are just abbreviations. Like ZTD. My god, it's really been that long since I've played Zero Time Dilemma. Of the series, I still think Virtue's Last Reward is my favorite. Even if 999 is the more tightly written experience. I just preferred Zero. No, not Zero. Virtue's Last Reward more. I don't know, something about the character dynamics and how it was done, and the fact that the timeline jumping elements were there, but Zero Time Dilemma went off the deep end with them. Also, the whole Fine Diana thing. That was I found that a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie, even if I called it, but that's by the by. Yeah, I enjoyed it. As I said, it wasn't my favorite Nonary game. And like I didn't do this one after the fact, because after Nonary games I went straight to Steins Gate, but I think we all know how much I've enjoyed Steins Gate, to the fact that I pretty much continued straight on to Zero, and I'm still doing Zero now, so I think it says a lot that I just like Steins Gate. I went out and I bought the fucking dating sim for it, so if that doesn't say enough, then hey-o. Maybe playing the dating sim will. Is that a promise or a threat? You decide. Anyway, underneath it, I've got either Somnium Files. I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Zero Time Dilemma, which, given the fact that it was by the same writer, Uchikoshi? I'm probably wrong. Please don't yell at me. I'll have to Google it afterwards and confirm or deny whether I'm an idiot. Yeah, I enjoyed Either Somnium Files way more than I did Zero Time Dilemma. It was just probably because it was new and like the twists and turns were not nearly as expected, although I think by the end I sort of had worked out what was going on. Sort of and sort of not at the same time. It's all hit and miss. I've spoken about my Steins Gate obsession. Oh god, why have I put this one next? No More Heroes 1 and 2. 1 was fine. 2 annoyed me towards the end because, well, if you watch the finale to No More Heroes 2, you'll know why. I just think that some of the fights got a little bit bullshit. Look, I don't like a game where you have to mash the button to stand up and then immediately get put back on the floor, is all I'm saying. I need a grace period. And don't make me stand up automatically after so long just to also be put back on the floor. That's all I ask. Anyway, I will still be playing 3 when it comes out. This year, question mark, I don't know, and I don't think Nintendo knows either yet. This is in before they announce another Direct and actually give it a fucking date, probably. Oh yeah, there was a short-ass Let's Play of Spyro 1. Even I was surprised at how short that one was. I cannot believe that I breezed through that game in the first one in 6 episodes. I beat it in like just under 6 hours, which I know the speedrunners are probably laughing at me, but hey-oh. Ask me if I care. If I'm going to speedrun any game, it's going to be Pikmin 1. To which I did look up a speedrun of that game, apparently. You can beat it in 54 minutes. I'm not that good. If I get sub 2 hours, I'm pretty good. It might be harsh. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try it for the channel and find out. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, not Pokemon. That's to talk about next. Spyro was a good time. It was a really good time. It was nice playing the Reignited trilogy and just like, this is my childhood. Even if I played the Spyro games in reverse order from when they were released. I played Year of the Dragon first, and then the second one, and then the first one. So it was still fun. I had a good time. And the only other thing I could think of off the top of my head is Pokemon Shield. Shield went over well, which is good in one hand because I would like to play more Pokemon games. It's just they're all on systems I can't record. Looks up at DS and 3DS collection. Oh god. Anyway, a friend of mine said he might hook me up with a way to record that on the thing. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Luke, who joins me on my Kingdom Hearts 3 streams, has his own streaming channel now. There will be a link to his Twitch in the description. He does have a YouTube channel. He's just not posted anything on it yet. So, that is a thing that I probably should point out to more people. Anyway, current LPs is what I should talk about now. Steins Gate 0. Go figure. People enjoyed the first one, so they're enjoying the watching me sink into depression. Quite literally. Oh boy, that game hits. That when it needs to, that game hits hard. That game hits real fucking hard. Oh god, it's real sad. My Xbox on? Was that light always on? I can't remember. I don't know whether I just stubbed it with my toe. I might have stubbed it with my toe and turned the damn thing on. That's why I hate touchscreen systems. Yeah, so there's Steins Gate 0. It's going fine, quite honestly. Also, it's the easiest thing I have to record, which has some effect on like how frequently the videos come out, which is more often than not where you get more episodes of that than everything else. And that almost sort of neatly segues into Persona 5. It's been doing okay. It's not got nearly as many I'm having a bad time, apparently. Yeah, it's doing fine. It's doing as good as I expected it would. It's I have and ahed about switching it over to the stream format. And by that, I mean, I would stream it once a week for, like, I don't know, 4 hours of gameplay each time. And then, like, trim it down. Not unlike where I did with Kingdom Hearts, where I just left the whole thing in, because if I'm doing all of the shadow battles, if I'm in a palace trying to do all the shadow battles, oh boy, is that going to be a long and somewhat boring ass VOD to watch. So unless I have co-coms and we have interesting conversation subjects, which since I started it in solo, I was kind of probably going to continue solo for it and just have co-coms on other things I stream, but that's for me to decide. I probably will switch over to a stream format, and I need to decide on a day to stream it. It's probably going to be Mondays, but we'll find out. Yeah, so there's that. And the other one, which is Valkyria Chronicles. The reason it appears to have vanished into the ether is mainly because I've been trying to edit everything else and just been running short of both time and motivation. Which, by the way, nothing to do with, like, how the series was doing. It was doing about as well as I'd expected. If honest, like, the fact that people are watching Valkyria Chronicles, since I kind of brought that one out of left field, and well, I teased it a bit, but most people probably weren't expecting it. So, the fact that it's doing well at all is a good omen. So, I will continue it. It's just, as I've said, I've been editing all of my time with Zero and Persona. That and what is it? Say that and Isolation. Yeah, no, Isolation Life. I guess works as a title. Quarantine is probably a better word to call it. Quarantining is weird. Like, on one hand, I enjoy not having to go to work and basically, like, my day is like, it starts at 11 if I'm lucky, and it ends at like 2 in the morning, so I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. But yeah, there's the whole that thing, and it's just like, I don't know what to do with my life, quite frankly. Oh boy. So yeah, times are strange. So yeah, the long and short of it is I want to just switch the Persona over to the stream format, probably with some more editing than I put into Kingdom Hearts, and that will, in theory, give me more time to focus on Valkyria Chronicles. Note how he says in theory. All of these ideas in my head work in theory. I have a schedule written on the fridge, it's just sticking to it is incredibly difficult, especially when I'm also trying to maintain a social life. I should just invite them on to stream every now and then. Then it'll be fine. But speaking of streams, by the way, as links in all the link to my Twitch is always in the description of every video I post, as is my Twitter, which you can follow me there as to when I go live. I've said I've been well, as well as Persona, I was probably going to run another series, which I was inspired by another streamer I watch who does what he calls game clearing streams, where he just like picks a game and like he either hasn't finished or not finished 100%. It's just like he goes through and does like an A to Z of game clearing. So I debated doing that, but I looked through my library and I'm like, I don't think I have enough games to pull this off, so I'm just gonna like pick and choose from these games that I've come up with, which is why I teased at the end of Helltaker that I would probably do a playthrough of Mario Odyssey at some point, so on stream. So there will probably be Mario Odyssey streams and a Persona stream, so that'd be like 2 times a week, I guess, provided I can actually get everything else edited and posted. So yeah, that is a plan. It's whether it'll work, we'll find out. Also, like, streaming gives me it gives me an avenue to play games that most people wouldn't associate with my channel, because I play a lot of anime games. I can't tell if you've noticed, given the fact that have I played a game without an anime aesthetic? I guess Spyro counts, is like the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, this is anime as shit. Pokemon's on the lesser scale of anime, but at the same time, it's got God knows how many anime series, so is it really? But yeah, it just gives me an opportunity to play more varied games. So if you want to follow me, there's a link in the Twitch thing if you don't know and want to see me play stuff that is probably not massively anime. Although, as I've said, since I'm switching Persona over to there, it's probably still going to be massively anime. I'll vary the Mario one up, because that's not going to take me massive amounts of streams. Like 4 or 5, I imagine. That's all by the by. I have another thing I needed to bring up in this thing. My god, I have notes, I swear. They're just shite. Which, I've told my co-coms this. I'm in a podcast. I have hinted at this in several other videos, mainly like there was one of the Persona videos where I made a passing jab at Kelpies about Kelpies not being on Facebook. I swear it'll make sense once the episodes go live. But yeah, I'm in a podcast. It's called Fact versus Fiction. Currently, we're only on YouTube. We're looking into getting a actual podcast hosting thing so we can actually put it onto things like iTunes and Spotify and all of the good things. So if y'all listen to podcasts, let us know where we probably should like look into posting it, because other than like those two and like the hosting site, I'm posting a YouTube VOD which is literally just a JPEG with us talking under it, FYI. Actually, now that I think about it, since I'm the one with the video files, I can put in a teaser video. Here you go.
You get a lot of depictions of the devil as goat-like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's the eyes.
And the horns, but also the eyes.
And the hooves.
In the scripture of the Papal Bull, he's described Samuel as a cat. So at what point did Satan become goatee?
When he grew that beard.
When he grew the goatee.
Well, to be fair, I mean, goats are real like sex pests. Like the whole thing where they just like piss on each other and like get their beards. Yeah, and get their beards like their beards like covered in urine and stuff like that, and just go around banging each other. They are real sex freaks, alright? So I can
He didn't
understand
even
why.
kiss a frog first.
No.
Next week on Fact or Fiction, goat sex cults.
I'll see what anime I can dig out.
Actually, Berserk.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sat here and I'm still not sure which clip I'm gonna use, but I'm sure it was hilarious. And I swear the audio issues we have on episode 1, they do fix themselves. One of our co-coms, one of the people on it, Matt, we recorded the first one and we were like, yeah, the audio is a bit crap, so he switched it up and it sounds much better in episode 2, which I should probably also apologize for the fact that episode 1 is 49 minutes and episode 2 is an hour and 50. We didn't intend for that, it just kind of happened. We spent an hour and a half on one section. It was worth it though, I swear. So yeah, there will be a end card on the video, along with the usual end card stuff that I post. That's the thing I've also started using recently, end cards on videos. I try and do like, here's the playlist for the video, here's episode 1 of a different series you might be into, and then obviously the subscribe one, but that's just for people that aren't here. But anyhow, next thing I probably got to look into is those cards that go in the top right hand corner of your videos. Who knows, they may actually be useful. I don't know, because I never click on them, which is why I always look at them and think these are pointless. Why would I ever faff around with them? Some people do use them. It's just me being an old man and not getting with the ways of the YouTubes. But yeah, I've pretty much said my piece about it. I don't have a concrete streaming schedule. I've thrown about the ideas of doing like Monday and Saturday, and maybe a midweek one if I can fit it in. I'm normally like on Luke's stream, which I think I mentioned. I legit can't remember if I mentioned this 5 to 10 minutes ago, but Luke has a stream. Luke is a stream on a YouTube channel. The only thing is he's not put anything on his YouTube channel, so I can't send you there to like look at his content because it doesn't technically exist yet. But I do co-com on Luke's streams on, most of the time he streams on a Wednesday. So you know what, I'll put in his Twitter, so if you're interested in, he plays a lot of Dark Souls games, like specifically he's playing, the last few streams have been him playing, I believe it's the Cinders mod for Dark Souls 3, I don't know, mainly because every time we talk about it, he slurred it once and we called them the Tsunderes. He's got to find all 4 of the major Tsunderes of Dark Souls. And then we went to the whole debate as to who are the ultimate 4 tsunderes in the universe. Please leave your suggestions down below. I will admit, there was a moment where we discussed that and we forgot Kurisu, and I feel completely terrible about the whole thing. But yeah, so I'm going to leave a link to both his Twitter and his Twitch in the description as well. I might just have to make a pinned comment because I don't know how big the description box can be. It'll be fine. But other than that, I normally talk about plans I have for the future. Like current LPs that I want to do. Well, good news for you is that Persona 4 Golden came out on Steam recently. Oh god, that's going to be another ordeal in itself. It is shorter than 5 Royal, just from memory. But yeah, no, that's my finished games LP. Currently, I've got this list and it's not changed ever since the last time I showed you. Mainly because, like, I played some Steam... I played the Pokemon games, which, you know... I played Pokemon and I played No More Heroes 1 and 2 and Spyro. Shit me up. She just headbutted my lights. It's, yeah. So, the list on Steam I have hasn't changed a whole lot, but obviously, like, the ones I have... the ones I've got on here are, like, there's Chaos Child I want to look into whenever I'm done with Steins Gate, although I might take a break from the, I forget what they call them. They've got, like, a specific name for the franchise. Because there's the Steins Gate, there's the Chaos ones, and then there's Robotics Notes VNs as well. They're all part of the same series. So there's those. There's The Legend of the Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I want to look into those. Don't know whether to start with that one or whether I should look at Trials of the Sky first. Is it Trials of the Sky? Trails? Trials? I don't fucking know. Also, I've got on here Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth. It's just a thing I want to look into. A friend of mine recommended it to me, and I was like, sure, I'll look into it. Also, there's a very popular SNES RPG on here that I do want to look at, that I haven't played. And I will leave it at that, because in my head, there are 2 big SNES RPGs. RPGs? RPG? Role-playing Jesus? I don't know. Yeah, there are 2 big RPGs on the SNES, so I'm gonna let y'all speculate on that one all you want. Oh shit, I forgot I own that on Steam. I own that on Steam and on the Switch. I'll be playing that on the Switch though, because it's just a better control scheme. And... oh, I scrolled down this list and I saw I still have the dating sim for Steins Gate. If you wanna see that, I will play it. Just as like a dumb thing. Because I don't know if it'll be any good. Like, I don't know how dating sims go as LP ideas. It'll be interesting. Oh yeah, and I really hope I have a free October just so I can play this one. There's a spooky game that I want to play. And no, it's not me and Kane trying to do Resident Evil again before dropping it. Shut up. We will finish a Resident Evil game one day. I just don't know when. Maybe 8 once it comes out. I was gonna say, other than that, what have I got on the... I think I've got... my list is long enough. Some of these may turn into stream playthroughs, and some of them may or may not be actual LPs. Probably like the Steins Gate dating sim. That's probably going to be a stream LP as opposed to like a serious one. Again, unless you want that, I will be more than happy to provide. But that's all by the by. I do believe I've said my piece on pretty much everything I want to. And this vlog is... currently it's 25 minutes long. Fuck me, I go on forever, don't I? It's a good thing there's background music so you can ignore me and try and listen to that instead. Oh god. I should shut up and let you get on with your evening. Yeah. The final thing I want to finish with this vlog... with this vlog? The fuck is a vlog? I don't know. Final thing I want to finish the vlog with is... I just... Every time I do one of these, I just have to thank all of you that watch my videos. Again, I find it so... I was sat on Discord talking with some of my friends the other night, and I'm very aware, mainly because they told me, I'm very aware that I don't sound great and that almost every time I speak, I sound kind of patronizing. But I can't change that, sadly. That's something I can't fix. So, the fact that some people sit and listen and, like, take enjoyment of me, basically, most of the time what I do is I poke fun at games, is what happens. I play them, and then I'd be like, wow, that's fucking weird. Why is that a thing? That's some strange-ass logic people have there. But, yeah, I sit and I basically just do that shit for, like, an hour at a time, unless I'm playing Steins Gate, in which case I just prove that I'm illiterate. I'm not actually. I'm just bad. I swear I passed English. But yeah, the fact that anyone sits and watches my videos is just... It's... Even after 3 years, it's still strange. It's still a strange feeling. But... It's... I don't know. I don't know. I've just remembered there was another thing I wanted to bring up briefly, which I probably will splice this in somewhere else. Another fact that I've had some ideas in my head and I've thrown them about back and forth. I've contemplated doing scripted content because, sadly, like the way YouTube is. Well, I was gonna say like the way YouTube is, like the Let's Play format is kind of dying. It's been losing steam. But then I think about all the scripted all the people that do scripted content that I watch, and most of them, when they like speak on stream about how it's doing, it's just like, yeah, it ain't as good as what it used to be. So I guess YouTube's just a dying platform, except it refuses to die because it got too big. It's like Dark Souls. The cycle will always continue. I guess that's the metaphor for Dark Souls. I hadn't actually finished it, so I barely played it. And because my 360 controller gave up and I refused to play that on anything other than PC. I don't know. I just don't want to buy the game again. But yeah, as I was saying before I got distracted, just huge thank you comes from the bottom of the hole in my chest where my heart once was. I don't know. I always make that joke. I know some people probably find it weird, and that's just because that's my sense of humor. I'm the son of a funeral director. You think my humor is appropriate for all ages? Nah. I've heard some shit. I've heard some shit that you have no idea. And maybe on stream I will tell those jokes that eventually, but not here. Not here. Now's not the time. Yeah, now is not the time and place. So all I will just, again, huge thank you to anyone who takes their time out of their day and sits and watches me be an idiot for God knows how long. Oh, and by the way, this is mostly just how I am. The way I am on video is how I am. I don't change. Maybe some of the internal thoughts are just more external than they should be, but hey yo, it's just what happens. You just learn to speak your mind. And then sometimes you say things you regret. Like Matt does on our podcast. Anyway, Anyway. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me rant for half an hour at this point. I've probably cut this down to less than half an hour, but Jesus Christ. It's really been that long. I have... Obviously, this is not my normal thing, so for some reason, if you've stumbled upon this video and not watched any of my other content, I have several other LPs. If you want to keep up to date with whenever I post those videos, you can subscribe to the channel. There's a bell button that you have to press as well. I neglect the bell button, personally, and then I wonder why I'm never alerted to when I actually post videos. Probably should go through and manage that, but hey ho, that's a me problem. As I've said, I have a Twitter and a stream, and a stream. I don't have a stream. I have a Twitch account, which most of the raw gaming stuff will probably be there. I say raw. Most of the like, if you want to, like, watch me play the games and harass me while I'm recording them, which is probably how it's going to go from here on out, Steins Gate, no, less so. Persona and probably maybe Valkyria Chronicles. If it works out well with Persona, I will probably also switch Valkyria over to that format. The only one I won't do is the VNs, because they need to be serious when they need to be serious, and then they need to make dick jokes when I need to make dick jokes, so... yeah. Anyway. There's as I say, there's a link to my Twitch down below if you want to follow there. And there may or may not be some scripted content. I need to actually, like, focus on what I want my first one to be, because I've had several ideas, and then I need to, like, actually pick one and start working on it. Because that's my issue. I have many ideas, and then I never act on them. I don't know why. But yeah. Where was I? I was basically plugging everything else. As I've said, there will be a link and an end card thing to the podcast. I forgot the word. Yeah, there'll be a link for the podcast. I don't think the first episode will be out when this goes live, but if all goes well, it will be up by tomorrow. I think. It depends on when John gets done with the analytics stuff, like the tags and stuff. I basically said, like, I will edit and upload it. I just want someone else to faff around with that stuff, because I do have all the stuff I need to be getting on with, like all of this fucking YouTube stuff I'm meant to be doing. Oh, God. I should end this, because I've gone on for far too long as it stands. Thank you for listening to me rant. And I mean that huge, huge, huge thank you. I've been Nix, and I will see you on whatever comes next. Laters.